How's it going? So, if you see this message, you see cannot resolve, you need to go to tsconfig, and then you need to basically put this stuff into it. So base URL, you put it inside compiler options. So base URL, path, and then it's complaining about this part here. It does not know how to resolve it. Okay. So you see you put components, and then you declare where your components are, which is source file, and then components, and then that's it. Okay. So that's the quick explanation. So I'm gonna go into a longer one, and then I'll explain why specifically this happens. Okay, one sec. Okay, so we are back with this error. So why does this happen? The problem is very simple. Webpack config has a resolve. So Webpack config knows how to compile it. The problem with TypeScript language is that this config cannot read from this. So they are not synchronized together. So what that means, everything that you do in here, you have to replicate in here. One second. Okay, so basically everything you do in here, you have to clone in here, right? Now, I will put, well, there is an extension that can remove this part. So you only do it one time in tsconfig, and then Webpack will read your aliases from tsconfig. But I'll do a separate video on it. In the meantime, just you need to understand the mechanism. You created aliases in the Webpack, right? tsconfig cannot read Webpack. Okay, so you have to replicate it in here as well. So you put your base URL, source, paths, right? And then you recreate your aliases. So how our aliases are, so we have add components. Now here the syntax is, I think, is a little bit different. Yeah. But we might be able to do the same. Let's see. And then we do like this, I think. So it's going to be in the source. And then components. Like this. Let's see if this disappears. Okay. We need to put this thing in here. One sec. Oh, okay. I need to do this like this. So it's gonna be, because we have base URL path already. I think something like this. This should work. Still here. One sec. Oh, the problem is base URL is wrong. Like this. There you go. Okay, so now it's gone. So we'll put base URL. Let me see, maybe it will work like this. No, it's still here. Yeah, so basically this is mandatory. Well, let me see if I just remove this. Maybe like this. Yeah. Okay, so you can do it this way as well. So you can remove base path. Base URL you can remove. So you can then just sequence it like this. So okay. But bottom line, that's the way to do it. Fundamentally, again, let's go through the issue. The issue is that you have an alias for components in Webpack config. TypeScript compiler, well, TypeScript language, right? cannot resolve this because it cannot read off Webpack. So you need to go and manually create this. And syntax is like this: components, right? Source, components. So basically in Webpack, in TS config, you have to have these things. They are like super important, I think. So you see, now we have replicated the alias from here into here, and now the error is gone. Okay, take care, bye bye.